Good evening, everyone. Isaac Anderson here at the Cooking Dojo. Tonight on Feast of Geeks, we are going to be representing American football, technically as a fandom. The Super Bowl is one of the most anticipated sporting events in the U.S. It dates back to 1967 when the Green Bay Packers defeated the Kansas City Chiefs. People celebrate football in all sorts of ways. For example, football parties or Super Bowl parties. Fantasy football is another one. So for tonight's episode, we are going to be celebrating it by making a soup to represent each team. So who will it be for the Super Bowl this year? Will the Patriots gain their 4th Super Bowl ring? Will Seattle win for a 2nd year in a row? Well, I honestly can't give you that answer. You're just going to have to watch the game on February 1st. However, we can tell you who will win this year's Super Bowl for the Cooking Dojo. Tonight we have Jay Kavanaugh representing the Seattle Seahawks. And we have Richter Skyvelt representing the New England Patriots. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and get to tonight's episode, the Super Bowl. Alrighty, looks like I'm up first. Time to bring the Seahawks to victory. Tonight, I'm going to be making an apple potato chowder. Chose apples because Seattle, Washington is known for its apple exports. For our apple chowder, we are going to go ahead and saute some bacon. Make sure you dice it. And for your produce, we're going to burr mix the soup anyway, so it doesn't matter how you cut it. Just like it doesn't matter how I make this soup or how the Seahawks play in the Super Bowl, because either way, I'm pretty confident we're going to win. Now that our bacon is cooked about halfway, we're going to go ahead and add our produce. And we're going to saute these together. Make sure to season with a little salt and pepper. Alright, now that the produce has been sauteed, we are going to go ahead and make our roux. This is why we wanted to save our bacon grease. Just add this a little bit at a time. It should slightly coat the vegetables. If it doesn't coat it enough, like you have too much flour in there, then just add a little more oil. I think butter would be best. I think that'll complement the apples that we're going to add in later. But this should be fine. We don't want to add too much roux in here because we're only going to do about 1.5 quarts of cream. Alright, so now we are going to go ahead and add in the cream. And we are going to turn up the heat to about medium. Alright, so now we are going to go ahead and add our potatoes and apples. And once this goes to a soft boil for a bit, we are going to burr mix this. Now that we have gotten this thing hot, let's go ahead and burr mix our vegetables together. Some other good things you can season this with is some brown sugar. Brown sugar goes great with apples. And also a little bit of granulated sugar. I want this to have a sweet taste to it. You could even add some apple juice if you wanted. And my soup is complete. And this will be what brings the Seattle Seahawks to victory, as well as myself, more importantly. So, see if my opponent can bring it home. Well, he won't, but let's find out anyway, shall we?
Alright, all viewers out there, it's time for me to get started on my soup. since I'm doing New England, and that's where the Patriots are, which honestly, I don't really care. Either way, I'm doing clam chowder.
Before you begin, I just gotta know what's up with this. It's not black.
Such a silly question. But if you must know, I got sick and tired of wearing that wig.
Don't you think it's a little distracting to everybody who's used to you having black hair?
Not as distracting as you wearing a headband. That's right, keep walking, hard ass. Anyway, let's get started. So to get things started, first we're going to saute our bacon. Make sure we get the chunks of that onion in there. A few more. And wait till it's all ready. Alright, now that the bacon seems to be good to go, now you're going to add your produce. Make sure all of it gets in there. Try not to touch the pot. You burn yourself at your own fault. Want to make this look nice and good, nice and good, nice and perfect. Something that Kavanaugh is not. While that's going on, also add some salt and pepper, some seasoning for it. Alright, now that that's ready to go, we'll get 2 halves of flour. What I put in was pretty much all that was. You want to stir it to the point where there's no white. So that might take a moment. Getting there. Now that we got that out of the way, now let's add our clams. A few more. Once you have those in there, it's time to add our cream. Light cream. That's all you want, cream puff Kavanaugh. If it's blatantly obvious to everybody, I am not a big fan of Jay's. And his reaction to that video that we took of him was just plain hilarious. I hope he went crying to mommy. While you're stirring your soup, you're going to take your diced potatoes and dump them in. But you definitely don't want to stop, just like I did a second ago. Make sure you get them all. One thing you definitely don't want to do is keep chunks. They linger. They happen to linger. Just like Kavanaugh's brain. Lingering about a beautiful woman being laying down beside him somewhere on a beach lane, somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Don't lie, Jay. You know you've done it before. Alright, and here you have a completed imperfection of clam chowder. Honestly, I don't mind who wins the Super Bowl because it's not really my thing. But at least I hope I'm victorious in this Super Bowl, as Mr. Kavanaugh likes to call it. Honestly, come up with a better title.
Okay. I'm excited about this.
May I introduce our taste tester?
We pulled her from the audience. So that one was the Seattle soup.
Mmm. It's very different, but I like it. It's really good. Mmm, a little sweet. Mmm. A classic.
She called my soup a classic.
Mmm. I do love clam chowder.
The classic doesn't mean winner.
Mmm.
Touche.
I think I'm gonna have to try it again.
Okay.
Feel free.
Mainly because it's really good. I can taste bacon in there.
Bacon goes well with apple, like apple with bacon.
Mmm. Okay, I think I've made my decision.
So, who's it gonna be?
Choose wisely.
I think I like this one.
Well,
In your face, Richter. In your face.
Oh, you are such a bore no matter what you do.
Lee's, yours is definitely a classic, but Justin's, yours is very sweet, and I think it's different, so it's very good.
And there, the fourth wall is broken. Well, very good.
So, comment below. Who do you want to win this year's Super Bowl? Who is your team? And better yet, who is your dream Super Bowl matchup?